Hello, welcome to CBT. And in today's special video, we'll be attending to pupils and young ones. So if you are in basic school, primary classes, this video is specially designed for you. In this video, I'm covering the 5 basic classes, okay, or subjects that you will find in National Common Entrance exam for the general category, general questions category. And those subjects are quantitative reasoning, verbal reasoning, basic science, social studies slash civic education. Okay, and then you have national values education. So my questions will be comprising this. Note that these questions are the top most likely questions that you would encounter in any or every common entrance exam. So make sure you pay attention, and if you have questions, please talk to me in the comment section. I'm happy to take your question. Now let's begin with quantitative reasoning. Now, the first one taken from 2021. This year means that you can make reference. If you have the NCEE pack series, you can, using this year, find the question in the pack series. Right. So what is 256 plus 389? This is simple addition that you were taught as early as primary 2. Okay, primary 1, primary 2, or basic 1, basic 2, you were taught this simple addition. And what that simply means is 256, right? Then you put your addition sign plus 389. So you want to sum them up, right? Now, you should always put your summation in place value. And if you have to put it in place value, this should be units, tens, and hundreds, right? So that's why we call it 200, 5 tens, and 6 units, 256. So let's add up because we have the addition sign. So 6 plus 9, you can use your fingers. Okay, so let's just, we take the bigger number. So we'll count the smaller number on our fingers. So first thing you want to do is to count 6 on your fingers. Okay, so this is 6. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So you have 5. Then you carry 1 to the next row. Then you have 8 plus 5, 8. This is 5, right? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Plus this 1 that you carry to the next row, 14. So 4, and then you have 1 here again. It's 14. So you put the later number here, and the number in the front, you take it to the next row. And then you have 3 plus 1, or 3 plus 2, 5, plus 1, 6. So the correct answer for this is 645, which is option B. Now question 2. Find the missing number. You have 2, 4, 8, 16. What's the next number? So the first thing you want to do is look at the trend of the numbers. Okay, so let's do that here. You have 2, 4, 8, 16, and dash. What you are simply being asked is, what will be the next number? This is a series. Okay, so now to know what the next number is, you have to know the difference between each of these numbers. So the first and the second number, 2, 4. We can say, okay, this is a multiplication of 2, right? 2 times 2 gives us 4. So we can say, okay, 2 times 2. We can also say this is an addition of itself. So we can say 2 plus 2 will also give us 4. In this case, we can say 4 times 2 gives us 8. We can also say 4 times 4, or 4 plus 4 rather, give us 8. And on like that. So in this case, we'll say 8 times 2 gives us 16. We can also say 8 plus 8 gives us 16. So for this missing gap, we apply the same rule. 16 times 2 gives us what? 32, right? And then you can also put it as 16 plus 16 will give you what? 32. So the option for that will be what? 32. Now question 3 from the year 2023. A pencil costs 45 naira. This is the naira sign. How much will 6 pencils cost? So here is it. One pencil, okay, this is a pencil. One pencil costs 45 naira. So 6 pencils will cost what? We now have 6 pencils. So let's say these are our 6 pencils now, right? So if one pencil costs 45 naira, what will 6 pencils cost? That's what? 45 plus 45 plus 45 plus 45 plus 45 plus 45. Or if you like, 45 in 6 places. So because I know what I'm doing, I don't need to start adding 45 plus 45. So I will just say 45 times 6, because now we have 6 pencils. 45 is the price for one. Now we have 6 pencils. So 45 times 6, we have 300. 6 times 5, you have 30, right? So 30, like I told you in this place, you put the backward number here first, and then the front number, and the number in the front, you take it to the next row. So 6 times 5, 30, 0. You carry 3 to this side. So 6 times 4, 24 plus 3, you have 27. So what is that? 270. So one pencil costs 45 naira. 6 pencils will cost 270 naira. Question 4 from 2019. If 18 divided by 3 equals to 6, then 18 times 3 will be what? Right. So simply, the simple question here is 18 times 3 is what? So you can go to your multiplication table. Some exams, some centers would allow the use of multiplication table. In this case, you don't need to draw a table like this one and start multiplying. But if they do not allow multiplication table, 18 times 3 will give you 54. Then just check behind your multiplication booklet, 54. And then question 5 from 2022. What is the value of 7 raised to power 2? So 7 raised to power 2, let me do it here. 7 raised to power 2 simply means 7 in 2 places. Or if you like, 7 times 7. That's just what it means. So it just means 7 in 2 places, like I said earlier. So 7 times 7. 7 times 7 will give you what? 7 times 1, 7. 7 times 2, 14. Like that. So 7 times 7 will give you 49. Right? From 2016, what's the perimeter of a square with side 5 centimeters? So let's draw the square. Now this is the shape of a square. You know, in a square, all its sides are equal. It has 4 sides. This, you have this, you have this, you have this, you have this, and this side is equal to this side, right? It's a square. All sides are 90 degrees. Because we have 4 sides, that makes 360 degrees. So the total sum of angles in a square is 360 degrees. But the formula for calculating the perimeter of a square is what? 2 length plus length. Alright, so it says the side of a square is what? 5 centimeters. So you can equally say 2, 5 plus 5. Right? So 2, you had what is in the bracket following the rule of Bodman's, and that's 10. 2 times 10 will give you what? 20. So 20 centimeters. Question 7. What is the place value of 5 in 452? Okay, so we have already done something like that here. 256. So what's the place value of 5 in this? It's tens. So what's the place value of 5 in this? 5 is even taking the same position as it is here in 256. So the place value of 5 here is also what? Tens. Do you understand that? Remember, if you have any questions or you don't understand some of the calculations that I made, you should always leave a comment in the comment section so that I will take the time out, okay, to explain to you. I don't want this video to be too long, so that's why I'm kind of rushing over some of the questions. So let's move to question 8, which says, how many sides does a pentagon have? What's pentagon? Wherever you find the word pent, pent means 5. Okay, you know you have square. Like I said, square means 4. When you hear tri, in the case of triangle, means 3. When you hear bi or dua, it means what? 2, right? So you have pence. Now I have a question for you. What does cent means? Okay. What does which other one should I give you now? What does deca means? Right. So you can read that in the comment section also. So how many sides does the pentagon have? So this is the shape of a pentagon. Pentagon has this kind of a shape. You see that? So that's the pentagon. And in the pentagon shape also, all the sides are usually equal. Now there is a building called the Pentagon in the United States. I have a question for you. What is the building for? Right? So you can also give me that in the comment section. Of course, you can Google it or ask ChatGPT, and then you will see images or videos of this building. It's one of the United States' most important buildings, Pentagon. So a Pentagon has 5 sides, okay, and they are equal. So that's 5. Now, with that, we come to the end of the questions under the quantitative reasoning category, and we move straight to verbal, where we spend way lesser time. Now, choose the word that is opposite in meaning to strong. In other words, if something is not strong, it will be what? Is it going to be tall? No. Tall is not the opposite of strong. Weak, big, or brave, it will be weak. A person who is not strong will be weak, or something that is not strong is often weak. As a matter of fact, weak is the opposite of strong. 10. 2020. Which word is the odd one out? Simply put, which of these words do not belong to these options or to the group of these options? You have chair, you have table, you have sofa, which is another word for chair. But like the kind of furniture that you use in your home, very comfy furnitures that is like that can take like 2-3 persons, okay, made of leather, you can rest on it, often having a armrest, so, and a backrest, as it's called sofa. So, and then you have spoon. So all these are furnitures, but spoon is not. So D is the correct option. And then you have 11. Complete the sentence. He dashed to the market every day. Now, because we see every day here, we can tell that this is a future continuous action, an action that continues going on in the future. So we need to have the word from this option that is in the future continuous. And we have go. Go is a one-time thing, and oftentimes a verb. You can use it as a verb, you can use it as a noun. Go is one time. Goes means something that is often repeating. For example, he goes to school every day. He goes to the market every day. Gone is something that has happened in the past. And going is an occurring action. Okay, so we have goes, correct one. 12. What is the plural of goose? Goose. Simple. The plural of goose is what? Geese. Okay, that means more than one goose. You don't say gooses. Like some persons might be inclined to take goose. Now, goose have it's called an abnormal plural type. It's just like you have good. You don't say gooder because it has an abnormal plural type. You have child. You don't say childs. You say children. Those words have abnormal plural type. In this case, you have geese, not gooses, right? And if they are little goose, you call them gooselings, right? Good. 13. Rearrange the letter to form a word. Okay, we have tac or TAC. So we want to form a reasonable one. Still have TAC, yes, so doesn't work. Or TCA. You have TCA here again. So that's like repetition. You have ATC. These are not words. Only acts. What is acts? To do something. 14. Choose the word that is similar in meaning to happy. Similar means another word for happy. So which of these words is another word or related to being happy? Is it sad? No, opposite. Angry, kind of opposite. Joyful, yeah, joyful is a similar word to being in the state of happiness, so to be happy. And then 15, which of these is a verb? Now, in order to know which of these words is a verb, you need to be able to define what a verb is. And what is a verb? A verb is a doing word or an action word, right? Like go, like you tell your dog, go, or bite, or back. You have given an action, a command word. So, which of these is a verb? You have quickly, jump, bright, red. Okay, and what's the word? Jump, giving an action. Say, hey, jump. So you are telling your child or your brother to jump the gutter. Okay, oh yeah, jump. You will often say, oh yeah. So then it jumps or leaps. So jump. Then choose the correct spelling, meaning that only one of these words is spelled correctly. You need to identify that word. They all sound the same, probably look the same, but one of them is correct, and that would be B. Now I have a trick for this, because if you stare at this for too long, your brain begins to play, or your mind begins to play on you. So what you need to do is, when you find an incorrect spelling kind of a question, you should spell the word from memory on a separate sheet, maybe the back sheet of your question paper. Or if you are using computer, you want to ask for spell sheet, so you can spell the word, then you take what you spelled, look at it, then choose the correct answer. But in this case, B is the correct one. Then 17, okay. And with that, we come to the end of verbal reasoning. Now we go straight to basic science. This is about the science of the body, science of life. 2021, taken from 2021. Which organ of the body pumps blood? So which organ? All these are organs in your body, but just one of them pumps blood. In fact, that one pumps blood to all the other parts of the body. You have brain. Does your brain pump blood? No. You have heart, you have lungs, you have kidney. Where are your lungs? They're somewhere around here, right? And then your kidney somewhere around here, around the breast region. Then you have your heart. Your heart is somewhere here, right? So you can actually put your hand there and see it beating. That beating shows that is what is doing the act of pumping. It's pumping blood. So B is correct option. And then 19. What gas do women breathe in? We breathe in. So you are breathing in, you are taking in gas. So what gas are you taking in from this? You have oxygen. You should know this. Everybody knows this, right? Oxygen, hydrogen, carbon dioxide, and nitrogen. All these gases here, they are in the atmosphere, right? But we need just one for our life to continue, and that is oxygen. And then 19. The boiling point of water is what? So at what point does water begins to boil? We've also been told this, 100 degrees centigrade. And at what point does it begin to freeze? 0. So it's boiling at 100, it's freezing at 0. Never forget that. 20 now. Which of the following is not a state of matter? So matter would exist. What is matter? First of all, it's anything that has weight and does occupy space. Okay, so basically everything in this world is a kind of matter, because it exists in one of these shapes or one of these forms. This is a solid now. It takes this space, or it takes this space on the screen. Now you cannot see the dots on the eye anymore, because this marker has taken the space. So it takes space. So matter is anything that has weight and occupies space. So this is a solid. Now you have liquid. It takes space too. The gas in the LPG container that you use to cook at home. Okay, it takes. After some time, as you're going to pour gas in it at the gas station, it can't take anymore. The dispenser will tell you this cylinder cannot take any more gas because it's full. So gas does take space. Liquid also takes space. The liquid takes the space of the container, and after a while it cannot take anymore, it begins to pour out. but it is not a state of matter. So it is the option there. 21. The part of the plant that takes in water. Now these are plants. So these are plants. And then, okay, so we have the leaves, you have the branches, then you have the roots, you have the stem, right? So which part of this plant takes in water? Okay, you say the roots takes in water. Apart from the roots, truth be told, the leaves also take in water. But for the purpose of this question, we'll go with the roots because the roots takes in more water to the plant than the leaves. Now 22. Which of these is a source of energy? You have chair, table, sun, and sand. And the correct option is sun. And what kind of energy does the sun give? It gives the solar energy. There's the energy from the sun, the solar energy. 23 now. What do we use to measure temperature? If you like, we can say that thing that is put in your hand. If you've been to the hospital before, definitely. That is put in your hand, and then the doctor takes it from your hand and do like this to read the temperature of your body. What's the temperature? Just the measure of hotness or coolness of a body. So what do we use to read that measure? This boy's temperature is hot. We use the equipment called thermometer. It's called thermometer. And then 24. Which of these helps in digestion? Which of these organs help your body to digest food? You have eyes, which doesn't work in digestion, helps you to see. You have nose, helps you to breathe. Heart regulates your body, pumps blood. Then you have intestine, which assists, helps in digestion. 25 from okay. So we come to the end of that section and we move on straight to social studies and civic education. This is simply about your country and about where you live in general. The capital of Nigeria is what? Which of these states is the capital of Nigeria? You have Lagos. Lagos was the capital of Nigeria. No longer. I think it changed in 1978 or so. Then you have Abuja. You have Ibadan, the largest city in Africa. You have Port Harcourt. So it's got to be Abuja. Abuja is the current capital of Nigeria. 26. Who is a citizen of a country, of a state? Is it a visitor, a police officer, a member of a country, or a farmer? The better option here. The police officer is a citizen. The farmer is a citizen. A visitor, depends. But based on the question in context, a member of a country is a citizen. And a person can become a member of a country by different ways. You can become a member of the country by birth. So you will be given birth to that country. You're a citizen of the country. It can be by marriage. I married so who is a citizen. So now I'm a citizen. Not in all countries do. And then it could also be by legislation. So I applied for citizenship and I was granted. So there are different ways. 27. How many local government areas are in Nigeria? You have 774, which is the correct option. 774. 36 states though. 28 now. October 1st is celebrated as, what do we celebrate on October 1st? You have Democracy Day, Independence Day. Then 29. A good citizen should be, which of these is a good attribute? Of course, honest. Good. And 30. What is democracy? From these definitions here, it says rule by kings. No, that's, I think, monarchy. When kings rule. Kings are called monarchs. So the rule of kings will be monarchy. You have rule by soldiers. That will be what? Military rule. And then you have government of the people. That's what? Democracy. Government of the people, by the people, for the people. So that's C. Moving on, what is the national currency of Nigeria? Which of these currency do we use? That would be the word Naira. 32. How many states are in Nigeria? We saw that before. 36. Next. Okay. So with that we come to the final section, which is national values education. Who was Nigeria's first president? You have Obafemi Awolowo, Nnamdi Azikiwe, Yakubu Gowon, and Murtala Muhammad. The correct option is Azikiwe. In fact, he was nicknamed in Africa Zik of Africa. Yeah, he was the first ceremonial Nigerian president. 34. What is honesty? It's simply the act of telling the truth or the act of integrity. 35. Who should children obey? Their friends, their enemies, their parents and teachers, strangers. All these kind of questions are questions that they believe you should know. That shows your value. Okay, so you should not even miss any of this. So make sure that you are paying attention. Then, if you want to practice questions as this, we have a lot of these questions on the apps. Okay, which is free. The apps are free. You can download the apps using the link in the description, and you can begin to practice so many questions. So who should children obey? They should definitely obey their what? Parents and teachers. Which is not a national symbol? You have coat of arms, national flag, anthem, and shoe. In Nigeria, shoe is not a national symbol. It may be in some other places, but in Nigeria, it's not a national symbol. And then 37. A traffic light with red means what? You must have seen those traffic lights at intersection. It says red means, it says green means, no, yellow means ready, green means go, red means stop. so, so which a traffic light with red means what? Stop, don't go anywhere. So that's stop. Then 38. What is corruption? What's corruption? Corruption is bribery and dishonesty, as we find in our country, setting. So corruption is bribery and means bad stuff, bribery and dishonesty. 39. Children must learn to what? Lie, right? No. Shout, no. Respect elders. And then the last one of the roles of government is to A. Build houses, B. Provide security, C. Sell goods, D. Travel abroad is to provide security. Of course, they are also to build houses. This is not a bad option, but this is a better option, right? So they also to build residential houses for the masses. They have to care for their masses. So building houses is not a bad idea. So, but for the sake of this question, we'll go with provide security. Yeah. So with that, we have the 40 likely questions that you should encounter in your National Common Entrance exam, the general questions category for this year. If you want to see more of these questions, I made several other videos covering national value questions, general questions, including special videos on mathematics and English. So if you're having issue or your child is having issue with maths and English, you need to put them on those videos to watch them. Of course, like I said before, we still have the apps where you can find on Apple Play Store or Google Store and download on your phones. It's free, right? And begin to practice many of these questions. Again, if you have questions, or maybe I didn't answer something correctly, you are not convinced, you want to find out more, please use the comment box and I'll be happy to relate with you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Hi, I'm sure you enjoyed the content you just watched. To see more episodes as that, preparing you for your oncoming exams, smash the subscribe button on this channel right now and visit the playlist that we've made for you, covering over 50 type of different exams, including JAMB, WAEC, Kakao,